I'm going to bring you the result of my research, 4 years of research into linguistics. Big Breath of a Wish, the book that was just mentioned. This is my daughter. I'm going to play the parent card. This is her when she was 1. She's 21 now, and is writing herself. I want to thank everybody here for helping make this world a greater place to talk about the intimacies of life. Thank you. When I was 17, 18, it took me like 3 years to buy a Playboy. It was even to admit I wanted to. My daughter now works for Little Shop of Pleasures, which is a lovely sex toy shop, and blogs about the wonderful toys you can get there. Check it out. Hashtag. She also co-wrote this book with me. I found when we found out we were going to have a child, I suffered from the same megalomania that most young male poets suffer from. Oh my God, I'm going to have a kid, I'll never write again. What I found was that what she did, as well as expand my universe, was make me a heck of a lot less selfish. And the purpose of poetry, of course, is to make language new. And when I realized that my infant daughter wasn't just learning to speak, but making language, I realized that she was doing the poet's work. So I dropped everything and just listened to her and tried to learn from her. So I'm going to condense Big Breath of a Wish to 3 poems that will give you a sense of all the things that she taught me. I wrote some of this while I was writing residence at the University of Calgary. And poetry is about language out loud all the time. And I talk to myself a lot. And I read my poems out a lot. Apparently, people would just hang outside my door when I was in my office, and I would be reciting all these poems to myself. And a lot of the time, I would actually be trying to imitate my daughter's language. As the brain learns to speak, it doesn't imitate the speakers. It generates enormous numbers of options, and then finally finds the ones that these people around it, or in Emma's case, her, the people around her understood. So effectively what a child is doing is keeps firing out experimental language, and then finally some adult catches on, and they go, oh great, that's what they say. So the whole period of that early period, the first years of an infant's life, are spent trying to teach us what they want us to understand. And so they generate all the sounds that are known in all the languages of the world, and then realize, okay, oh, that one's an English speaker, that one's French, that one's this, that one's that. So I had to try to imitate a lot of Emma's talk. And then I found that the computer didn't like the transcription of what Emma was saying, would always try to correct it. So this is a poem called Spell Checking True Babble. Emma says, hey, hiya, yawn, hun, aya kaun, wai lua, au, handa, we, anyauda, hun, yawa buriau, yaba aye, henya anyauda. I spell checked that. It comes out, hi, Haiti, ya odd hunk. I, Khan, am luau. Hurl deadly halo, oaf. Oh, egg. A bad hunch. Yeah. A Buddha eye. A bad eye. A yak. Hey! An Aeneid. Dada. Bayabjadurdur bagumayama. Yesterday, she taught me making each sound as I've written it here, her saying it again back to me. That's patience. My daddy lips clumsy around the delicacies of her cat-like larynx, tiny tongue. The poetry is what her words say about language. Bayabjadurdur bagumayama. It was only last week her jaw popped open, slapped shut on single syllables. And ba was banana, big bird, bottle, bye-bye. I said, ba is the word for banana, or ba is the first word in banana. But ba for banana was not identical with ba for big bird. Under B in my alphabet, she built a pillar where consonants and rhyme became one. Today, she says, "Ikri," meaning ice cream, and gets a bowl full. The rewarded exchange of special sound for specific object. And she starts the sentence we have both been working for, behind the massy sound when she begins. It will be a sentence that pushes me from a book, where I start a poem with Bayabjadurdur bagumayama, and take into myself the power of nonsense spoken aloud. But she is learning names and their use. And the first of these teaches that everyone at once lives in the crease between I and remember. Her word for what she is now is Bibi. Call her language that, Bibi, as yet unrestrained by the words of her parents, but reaching for them as if they had never led her false. Bayabjadurdur bagumayama, Ikri, is what it says. Dada, learning, Bibi. There's one, I'll tell a little story. There's always an incident that never makes it into your book, right? You go, there's a poem, where is it? But what I saw her do was learning grammatical transformations. And I remember once I was diapering her, and so I did all the bad things, and diaper, clean her up, and I put the tabs back over on the diaper and patted her stomach, and I went, "There you go, my dear." And she looked up at me and went, "There I go, your dear." Me. First word she says when I walk into her room the morning of May 1st is me. She points to the middle of her chest, uses me correctly now, as if overnight the problem of this word every speaker uses for itself, but isn't what you call them, she solved in her sleep. The way they say a writer or a mathematician goes to bed with a puzzle and wakes up with an equation or a song. Me, I've been saying, pointing to me. Me, she's been saying, pointing to me. No, I've been saying, Emma, I am me, which is a palindrome. Then I take her hand gently, turn its language towards her, because what I'm about to say is the only way I know to speak the truth and contradicts itself completely. You are me. Without the body, outside the words, language collapses. This morning, she grasps it in the sunrise. Me as her compass. Its north, its own center. Its south, everyone else. Grasps and steers out into the world farther than she's gone to date. Good morning, and a little goodbye, I say. And she, showing off this new thing, an invention that feels like discovery between the tip of her finger and the surface of her pajama top, she smiles up and says, "Me," again and again. "Yes," I say. I agree, confirming with the very words until yesterday a correction. That's you. Thank you very much.